But for now, we want to bring in Diamond and Silk social media stars and, of course, Trump supporters. Diamond Silk, always good to have you on the show. Want to get your thoughts off the top here on the policy change with the NFL. A new poll is out, and it shows that NFL fans overwhelmingly support the league's policy on the national anthem, that if you are not going to stand for the national anthem, you can go back and you can go sit in the locker room. Are you surprised by those stats?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy that the NFL is standing up for what's right.
That's right.
You know, and standing up for the veterans, the patriotic fans that's in the stands, that's paying their money to see these players stand for the flag. You know what? This is not about a white thing or a black thing. This is about doing the right thing.
That's right.
And when you do the right thing, you stand up, you be patriotic, you stand up for our veterans, you stand up, you stand and you salute the flag in honor of them, you know, because our veterans, they didn't kneel. They didn't kneel. They stood up and fought for our freedoms.
That's right.
So it's time for us to stand up and make sure that we honor them and we respect them.
And imagine what would have happened if they would have kneeled in protest and surrender. If the people that sacrificed their life would have kneeled and surrendered and just said, forget it, you don't deserve any type of freedom. What did these football players do during their off season? Did they do any type of protesting? You stand for the flag, or you can kneel in the locker room or in the unemployment line.
Well, hold on one second, though, ladies. So this is actually branched out to the NBA as well. The coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, said that what you're talking about is actually fake patriotism. What's your reaction?
No, it's not fake patriotism. Wait a minute. We live in one of the greatest countries on this earth. I'm sorry, okay? So you need to stand for the flag.
Yeah.
If you don't want to stand for the flag and you don't like the patriotism that goes on in this country and you don't like making millions of dollars, pack your little knapsack and go to one of these other countries where you don't have freedoms, okay? That's what you can do. But in this country, you need to stand for the flag or go somewhere like a coward and hide in the locker room.
That's right. And if you look at it, whenever you're kneeling on the flag, your message is actually getting lost. If you want to protest something, go protest what's being affected. Protesting and standing and marching in the streets is not doing absolutely nothing. People have been protesting and marching for years, and what have they gotten? They're still marching and protesting, talking about injustice. We want to climb up the rough side of the mountain and don't realize you've already made it to the top of the mountain. All of these other different injustices that's going on in the different neighborhoods and in the black community. If you want to protest, go there and protest what's going on there, not the flag.
And not on our time or a dime.
It'll be very interesting to see if this ends the discussion or if it continues as the NFL kicks off next season. But we got to get your take on another issue, something you guys have been front and center on, which is the censoring of conservative content across social media platforms. It has been happening to you, and you've been very outspoken, even testifying about it. Well, it's now, we believe it might be happening to the president's son. Donald Trump Jr. posted this on Instagram just recently. He said, if this account, quote, could cause harm and even lead to death, end quote, which is what some of his followers said they were told, we have serious problems. The hashtag shadow ban nonsense and the hysteria, any conservative thought, has to stop. He points out that even with an engagement of over 7,000 impressions last week, he added 0 new followers. He feels like he's being censored online. Would that surprise you?
Well, you know what? It's not surprising because it's happening to a lot of conservative voices. It's even happening to the president of the United States.
That's right.
And it must stop. You know, if we don't get a handle on this here, we're going to have these social media platforms trying to dictate everything to us, telling us what we can and we cannot see. It's time to bring this to a halt. We know that these social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter are trying to win an election for the left, and it's not going to work. This is clearly censorship. This is suppression of voices. It is not fair. If they're supposed to be a platform for all ideas, you can't suppress some ideas. You can't deem them as hate, and you can't start. That's offensive. That's offensive, deeming somebody as hate and making them look like they're going to die if they view some pictures of family, of their family. That's offensive, and that needs to be brought to the table, and that needs to stop.
All right. Well, great points, Diamond and Silk. And just for the record, we did reach out for Instagram for comment to get their response. We have not received one as of yet. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend, and clearly you are respecting the sacrifice made by those that paid the ultimate price.
Thank you very much, both.
Great weekend, ladies.
To their point, if it can happen to the president of the United States' son, it can happen to you.